theories I'll be talking about today is Todorov's narrative theory that states that most storylines follow the same pattern or path and that there are 5 steps in this pattern. The first step is the equilibrium, which displays a happy start with where the majority of the characters are content and everything is how it should be. Then it goes on to the disruption, which features a problem or something that disrupts the natural course of events. The next step is the realisation, which is obviously where the characters realise the problem and it tends to cause chaos. Then there is the attempt to repair the disruption, where the characters try and fix the issue. And the final part is where the problem is resolved and normality can resume. Can be sort of widely used due to the fact that it makes it easier to identify key elements in TV. It also is useful in teasing out the messages and values and pointing out the significance of the transformation between the initial equilibrium to the new one. This theory does have its limitations, as it doesn't understand TV's tendency towards segmentation rather than linearity, added to which it can't be applied to newspapers as they don't have storylines or plots, so it can't be used. The theory can be applied to Stranger Things due to the fact that it sort of does overall follow a 5-step theory. So the initial equilibrium would be the sort of happy suburban life in Hawkins. The disruption would be Will's abduction. Then the sort of realisation would be obviously when they find out that it's gone. The attempt to repair the disruption would be when the characters try and fix the problem, so they get the police involved and they go out searching for him. Then the final part would be when they find 11. It can also be used in Trapped because of when Andre's sort of getting his kids ready for school, then the sort of the disruption would be when they find the body, and then it goes on from there. But I would argue with both Stranger Things and Trapped that because it's episodic and it has different narratives within the TV show, that it's Todorov's theory does have its issues with sort of explaining it, because Todorov's theory is basic in the way it describes narratives, and it doesn't, and Stranger Things and Trapped are quite complex, so you could argue that although overall it can describe it, it still doesn't describe it fully because there's other narratives and it jumps around, like it's not a linear structure. Like Stranger Things and Trapped aren't linear structures because they jump around and go through different time periods and stuff. So yeah, overall I would say that Todorov's theory on a basic level is useful in describing Stranger Things and Trapped, but it can't be used in newspapers.